Righty. We should be live. Let's get sharing it around. We are live. We are live and I cannot see statistics. Ah. Okie dokie. Let us know when you're watching. Let us know in the comments below when you're watching. Light. Boom. Should be able to see me a bit better now. Yeah. Okay. We're nearly ready to go. In 9 minutes we'll be starting. We'll be starting dot on 8 o'clock if everything goes to plan. So the categories for tonight are film, sports, science, body, food and Wigan. So the ones that will stay with us every week are food and Wigan. They will always stay on there. Okay. So people are slowly joining. I'm just getting the link out there, putting it on all socials. Hello, Andy. We've got a few people in already. We're just waiting for to get a few more in, and then we'll go from there. Everyone ordering the takeaways. Oh, I'm so hungry. Categories this week Not the categories that are my favourite, but the questions are really good. Questions are solid this week. Done a bit of a variety as well, and a lot of them are, like for example, sports. Last week we had quite a few football questions, so we've fizzled that out, and basically, sports this week won't be primarily. I don't even think there's one football question in there, to be honest. I think it's a mixture of. I think it's like one of each sport I tried to go for. Okay, we're going to be starting in. I'm looking up there. 5 minutes. We're going to be starting. Improvements from last week. So, last week we had an error in one of the questions. The answer was wrong, and then one of the questions was spelt incorrectly as well. This week, the steps we've taken to prevent that. Basically, we've proofread the questions. I say proofread. We've gone through them briefly. Me and my missus sat there. I read out the questions. She gave me the answer, and we went through all 60 of them or 50 of them, how many there is. And we also checked spelling. We cross-checked answers, making sure they're 100% correct. Also, there's a different background music. So the background music from last week was 3 different songs, and they're a bit like, if you got what I mean, they're a bit aggressive. Hopefully, this is a less aggressive and more chilled out music. It's what a YouTuber I used to watch called KSI, otherwise known as Boxing now as well. He does. He actually started doing this backing music when he was first streaming years ago, like 2013. So that's where the backing music's from. We've got George saying hello George. Debbie, Chinese on its way. Awesome. What have you ordered from the Chinese? What have you ordered? I haven't had a Chinese in ages, and to be quite honest, I'm missing it because I really do want a Chinese salt and pepper chicken with like fried rice with a pot of curry. Go down a treat right now. That. However, we've been ordering quite a lot of Indian. Indian's probably my favourite. Alright, okay, so you're not ordered Chinese. Just had a nice big roast dinner, homemade. How many questions each round? So rounds, film, sport, science and body all have 10 questions. And then food and Wigan have 5. So what I'll do is, for next week's, where it says categories and it has all the film, sport, science, body, food, Wigan, I'll put in brackets how many questions in each round. Next week as well, let me know what you think by commenting on the stream about a higher or lower round. So basically, question, answer, is it higher or lower? That kind of thing. I'm trying to think of things to kind of spice it up, to instead of just questions all the time. Maybe some interactive ones. I've been thinking about a picture round, so like you guess the anagram kind of thing. Possibly like the first round starts at 10 to, let's say, when I start the stream, and I just have the picture up and you've got to figure it out, and you have 10 minutes to figure them all out. Let me know what you think about that, because that's something that I could implement, I think. The reason I keep on looking up there as well is because we have a TV on the wall which is telling me how many people are watching, my audio quality, my resolution. I know I only stream in 480p. My aim is to get up to 720. I've just not looked into how to do that yet. It's something to do with my screen resolution. that I'm streaming. Picture rounds are good. We had one in our quiz on Friday and it was good. Yeah, picture round I could do. The only thing is obviously that I'd have to take them from online. A lot of these questions that we've done tonight are the ones that I've thought of myself. So yeah, we'll have to see with that. Possibly I'll include that, maybe not. Let me know what you think about the higher and lower round as well. That's another one. I did write down some of these, but I forgot now. Well, yeah, basically up there I've just got the YouTube chat. I've got everything up there on that screen, and then down here I've got the questions and everything. Okay, with all that being said, we're going to start in a minute. Make sure to give us a thumbs up as well. Thumbs up, give us a like. I don't know why. Yeah, so a lyrics round. So yeah, in the film round, that's the first round, we've got a few quotes. So 60s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, we could do that. Like you could do 60s, 70s, 80s or round, or even like a 60s round, a 70s round, that kind of stuff. That's fine. I don't want to try and keep it generic. I don't want to try and have like the same things in all the time. So always film, sport, science, body. Food and Wigan are always going to stay just because of the group. It's a food group and it's in Wigan. However, some exciting news. We're going to start in a minute. So recently we've had basically some people reach out to us who've been watching our group in Essex. They're actually good friends of the guy I work with, and basically we've started an Essex food review group. So we've now got Wigan food reviews, Lee food reviews, Southport food reviews, which have currently hit 3,500 members today. And then we've got Essex food reviews as well. Don't know how that'll go down. Obviously we're not in Essex, we're in Wigan, so it's going to be pretty hard to manage. But we've got two people there that are going to be doing what we're doing. We'll just manage the page and manage the group and run the group and whatnot, sticking to our kind of terms and whatnot, and the logos and the backgrounds, all that brand guidelines and whatnot. And yeah, hopefully it'll be as successful. You know, Essex is a lot bigger, so hopefully that'll be fine. Andrew Ellis, hello Andrew, you all right, mate? Okay, so we're gonna start. We're 1 minute late. We're gonna start right now. Okay, so let's get onto here. So starting with film. So pens at the ready. Let's go. Name all 3 films from the 3 Flavoured Cornetto. So there's a range of films called the 3 Flavoured Cornetto. Name all 3 films. Okay. So what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to be giving you 30 seconds on each question, just so you have enough time. Some feedback I got last week or the week before was not enough time between questions, so we are going to be timing that as well. What we're going to do is as well, just so there's no cheating, we're going to turn the comments off now. I'm going to turn the live chat off. Get that sorted. Live chat off. Save that. I've just had a message through as well to turn comments off. Okay, that is sorted. Right, so hopefully you had enough time for that. You know, it's quite a hard question to be fair to open up with, so I'll give you a bit longer on it. Okay, now question 2. What was the release date for the original Back to the Future film? So the original Back to the Future film, what was the release date? This is one film I've only watched once. Like when I'm picking films out on that, I kind of I like watching the same film again, but at the same time I don't, because I don't see the point in watching a film twice. I really don't see the point. So you watch it once, that's it. You've watched it, then you don't have to watch it again. I'd rather spend my time watching another film and another film, so I can fill my mind up with other films. A few people have asked, what's the Cornettos? God knows what's the Cornettos. So name all 3 films from the 3 flavored Cornetto. The 3 flavored Cornetto is 3 films that are put together, and that's the name they've got. That's basically the name of those 3 films. I'll give you a clue because it seems to be quite a hard one and you don't know it. I thought it was general knowledge, to be fair, because I know it and everyone I know knows it, but clearly not. So basically, one of the films, I'll give you one of the films, and that is Shaun of the Dead. So Shaun of the Dead is the first film. Now name the other 2 from the 3 flavoured Cornetto. Okay. Question 2. What was the release date for the original Back to the Future? I've already asked you that. I'll give you a bit longer because obviously you struggled with the first question. Okay, going on to question 3. How many Toy Story films are there? So in Toy Story, how many films have they got out? How many Toy Story films are there? Gonna give you about 10 seconds longer. Toy Story. That was like one of the first animated films they made, I think. I'm sure I saw that in a quiz somewhere. Excuse me. Question 4. The famous line, "If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have the money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career," is from what film? So what famous line is in that? What film is that from? Is that? So going back to the Cornetto one, just had a question. It is the proper films. So Shaun of the Dead is one of them. What are the other 2? They're part of the 3 flavoured Cornetto. If you don't know what the 3 flavoured Cornetto is, then you've clearly got the question wrong. I mean, you should know what the 3 flavoured Cornetto is. Also, the virtual pub quiz that Jay does, he had this question in last week. And all of you got it wrong, because I remember talking to my family here. Yeah, you all got it wrong, because you thought it was one film, and it was basically this film, name the last film of the 3 flavoured Cornetto. If you don't know it, you've got it wrong. Question 4. So if you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have the money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills I've acquired over a long career, is from what film? Question 5. What was the top grossing movie of 2019? So what was the what do we call it? The King Ding of films in 2019. What literally, I think it broke records, and it was about $400 million away from second place, which is insane. So it was way ahead out front. So the top grossing movie of 2019. Question 6. How many Harry Potter films are there? So in total, how many Harry Potter films are there? How many Harry Potter films are there? Okay, you've had 30 seconds on that. What is the birth name of Darth Vader in the popular film series Star Wars? So what is the birth name of Darth Vader in the popular film series Star Wars? I think the first quiz as well got over 200 views in the end, which is pretty good for the first, the first episode. Not many people know about it. Once people get an understanding of what it is and how you do it and how you take part, I think it'll be a lot more busier. Okay, question 8. What year did the film Dirty Dancing come out? So what year did the film Dirty Dancing come out? Okay. What superhero dies at the end of the famous film Avengers Endgame? So what superhero dies at the end of the famous Avengers Endgame film? Who is it? What is his name? Okay, last question for film round. Who played Donna in the first Mamma Mia film? So who played Donna in the first Mamma Mia film? Now Mamma Mia, wow, don't get me started on that. So basically, my missus's mum loves Mamma Mia, right? Loves it. And whenever she's ironing, cleaning, doing anything at all, she'll stick the film on or the soundtrack on. Literally, I've got Mamma Mia stuck in my head. And to be fair, the only thing I like about Mamma Mia is Pierce Brosnan. He's a really good actor. He's just a cool guy. Just a cool guy. But the actual film itself, I hate. I hate musicals. I can't stand them. Can't stand musicals. I went watching Les Mis once. Got into the cinema with my nephew, and about 10 minutes in, got bored, walked out, and went over to Nando's. Okay, next round, sports. So, for all you sports fanatics, this will be your time to shine. Again, as well, the two barcodes there, Facebook group and Facebook page. If you scan those with your phone, just get your camera out, hover over one of them. It'll come up at the top, and you click that, and it'll take you directly to the Facebook group. Same goes for the Facebook page as well. Okay, moving on. Question 1 for sports. Who won the 2017's Wimbledon men's final? So who won the 2017's Wimbledon's men's final? Okay. A few more seconds on that. I need to get a better setup. This is like a nice setup, like where I am. It's quiet. It does the job. It's got the only thing that's annoying for me is to tilt my head up there to see the screen all the time. We have got a screen behind me as well, but I haven't got the right connections to connect it. Anyway, question 2. How many punches did Muhammad Ali dodge in 10 seconds back in April 1977 with his fight against Michael Dokes? So in 10 seconds, how many punches? So if you're at home now, well, obviously you're all at home, but have a go, see how fast you can punch, and then like time yourself, for example, and then think of who he is and see if you can work it out of that, of a random guess. No one's going to know exactly, this is probably a guess question. I mean, to be fair, when it did happen, it was broadcasted everywhere of how many punches he dodged in 10 seconds. And a lot of YouTube videos say he dodged 2 punches in 10 seconds. When I asked my missus this question, she said 50, which is 5 every second. That's 5 punches every second. Is it 5? No, 10. 10. Yeah, 10. My math is rubbish. Insane. Anyway, question 3. What is the national sport in Japan? What is the national sport in Japan? So what is the national sport in Japan? Okay, question 4. Which car manufacturer won Fernando Alonso his first title in Formula 1? So what car manufacturer won Fernando Alonso his first title in Formula 1? You don't have to put the exact car, just the manufacturer. So was it BMW? Was it Mercedes? Was it Audi? Was it Ford? Was it Fiat? Okay, question 5. Which popular fitness method was invented by a German? So which popular fitness method was invented by a German? Right. There's no way I can turn the vibrates off. It's annoying. Okay, so question 6. Did Cristiano Ronaldo score more goals or play more games for Real Madrid in all of the competitions? So, did he score more goals or play more games? Which one? So this is a 50-50. You could get this right. Even if you don't know anything about football, hazard a guess, you may get it right. So, did Cristiano Ronaldo score more goals or play more games for Real Madrid in all competitions? Okay, moving on. Question 7. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? So which sport is played on the largest pitch? Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Give me a few more seconds. Okay, question 8. What's Tiger Woods' actual first name? So just his first name will do. So what is Tiger Woods' actual first name? I want to get like a little stand for my laptop as well, because at the minute it's on like a tray upside down, just so the tray is like a crisscross tray so that it can breathe basically. Because last time I had it up here, which is a better camera height, so it was like more directly on me. However, you could hear the fan. It was like because it was in a confined space. So, question 9. In what country were the first modern Olympics held? So in what country were the first modern Olympics held? I have a feeling like in the future the quiz questions will be like, you know, what happened in 2020, or like, you know, who, I don't know, how long did it take Liverpool to win the Premier League in 2020? That kind of stuff. It'll be trick questions on 2020 because this happened and, you know, everything got closed down and whatnot. Last question of the sports round. In what sport would you hear the word nose grab? So in what sport would you hear the name nose grab? Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds on that. It's the last question of the round. And then we'll go straight into, I think, science off the top of my head. And then after that we've got body. But just before body, after the science round, round 3, as usual, we've got a 5-minute break. Go and grab yourself some more snacks. Grab yourself some more crisp, chocolate, whatever you're eating, salad, if anyone's eating that, and top up your drinks and whatnot. Okay, so we're going to go to the break now. I've not got my... Oh, no, we're not. Round 3. As I said as well, I know I keep mentioning this, scan any of them to get to our group. Okay, moving on. Question 1, science. What is the most common gas in the atmosphere? By the way, in this science round now, there's a few questions I do not know how to say it. I've tried. I've sat there. I've sat in front of my laptop and be like, right, blah 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 blah. No, it doesn't sound right. And then I put it on Google Translate, listen to it back, and that's how you say it. And then I've even put in brackets. So I've even put in brackets like how I say it. Like, for example, hello. I'd put low, like low. It's I've had to assist myself. So, what is the most common gas in the atmosphere? Moving on to question 2. Roughly what proportion of their DNA do humans and chimpanzees share? So, roughly what proportion of their DNA do humans and chimpanzees share? So, there's an updated answer for this and there's an old answer for this. The difference is only 1%. However, I will accept 5% above or below. So if you're within 5%, I'll accept that. But if you're 6%, I wouldn't accept that. Okay, moving on to question 3. What does the Li stand for in the periodic table? I don't know why, but I quite enjoyed science when I was at school. I was quite good at it, to be fair. And the periodic table, I just loved it. I honestly loved it. I just remember all everything. I just remember all the short names that I'm not trying to not give it away at the same time, but I remember what they all stood for. I don't know why, it's just something that stuck with me. Okay, so what does Li stand for in the periodic table? Moving on to question 4. What is the biggest planet in our solar system? So what is the biggest planet in our solar system? For this question, I was going to be like, I'll put the what's the smallest planet? But then there's the whole thing of, is Pluto a planet? Is Pluto not a planet? All that kind of stuff. I mean, I'd class it as a planet. I don't care. It was, and there's no reason why it's not now, and that kind of stuff. But I'd class it as. But then you get people going, that's not right. So, what is the biggest planet in our solar system? Question 5. What famous scientist was awarded the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his work on theoretical physics? Too many physics. So, what famous scientist was awarded the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his work on theoretical physics? Okay, moving on to question 6 in a couple of seconds. We're having 2 takeaways next week. I'll explain after this question. Question 6. How do flies walk on the ceiling? So they walk along the ceiling, they walk along the walls, but how? How do they do it? What is it that allows them to do that? Yeah, so it's my missus's birthday and her dad's birthday next week. Literally Tuesday and Thursday, so we're having 2 takeaways. Get in. I think for the Tuesday one, we're going to a pub called the Foresters Arms. When I say go in, they're delivering. They do an amazing salt and pepper chicken. And then for Thursday, I think we're either going to 15's, which is like a pizza place, and burgers and pies and whatnot. or we're going to Barbar Elephant, which is an Indian. So either way, I love both, so I'm good. Okay, moving on. Question 7. What is a scientist called that studies the way things move? So, what is a scientist called that studies the way things move? Okay, moving on to question 8. What force resists motion between two objects? So what force resists motion between two objects? It's weird seeing myself as well on the screen. Okay, so question 9. At what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? So you know the way it'll be like 20 degrees and it'll be like 60 Fahrenheit. There's a number where the Celsius is equal to the Fahrenheit. It's equal. What is it? Okay, so what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? Okay, question 10, last question for the round 3, and then we'll go for a break. Which Apollo moon mission was the first to carry a lunar rover? So, which Apollo moon mission was the first to carry a lunar rover? Lunar rover. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to a break. I'm going to go fill my my drink up. Actually, no, it's fine. I'm probably just going to get a snack. You should all go and get snacks. Treat yourself to a snack. It is Sunday. Back to work tomorrow if you're working. If not, back to isolation tomorrow. Get yourself some crisp, whatever you have in. If not, order something or be prepared for next week. Okay, we'll be right back in 5 minutes. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Let's see, some answers have been sent in. I forgot to turn the comments again while we went for the break. Oh well. Let's see, so yeah. Okay. Okay. Wow. Some really good answers. Really good answers. Okay. Alright, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with what round is it? Body. 10 questions on body. Here we go. So, body. How many teeth does an adult human have? There's my timer letting me know I'm meant to be back. So how many teeth does an adult human have? Question 2. What muscle is more commonly known as the gluteus maximus? Gluteus maximus. So which muscle is more commonly known as the gluteus maximus? I actually knew this question as well. Okay, question 3. In which part of the body would you find the papillae? This is one of those ones where the word I was like, oh, I'm going to have to put in brackets how you say it. So it's papillae. 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 In which part of the body would you find the papillae? Papillae. Whatever. You know what I mean. Okay, question 4. The coloured part of the human eye that controls how much light passes through the pupil is called the... So the coloured part of the human eye which controls how much light passes through the pupil is called the what? Question 1. How many teeth does an adult human have? Okay, moving on to question 5. What is the human body's biggest organ? So what is the human body's biggest organ? What's the human body's biggest organ? Question 6. The bones that make up your spine are called what? So the bones that make up your spine are called what? I think I went a bit fast on question 5 then, so we'll just take a bit longer on this one. So the bones that make up your spine are called what? Okay, you've had 30 seconds. Question 7. The outside layer of skin on the human body is called the what? You might learn something from this as well. I find, to be honest, most quizzes that I do actually learn something, and I learn a few things, which is good. So it's kind of all these virtual pub quizzes that people are doing and whatnot, you know, it's kind of an educational side to it as well. So the outside layer of the skin on the human body is called the what? Question 8. In the human body, where is the uvula? So, in the human body, where is the uvula? So what we're going to do is, after we've gone through these 10 questions, we're going to just go around, I'll turn comments on for 5 minutes, and any questions that you want repeating from round 1, 2, 3 or 4, I'll let you ask away in there. You'll have to ask in the YouTube chat because my phone's about to die and I won't have access to the WhatsApp chat. So you'll have to ask in the YouTube. So in the human body, where's the uvula? We'll go to question 9 and 10 now, and then we'll go through all of them, which I should have done before the break, but yeah. What is it impossible to keep open when sneezing? Nice easy one for you there. So, what is it impossible to keep open when sneezing? Question 10. Where is the human skin the thickest? So on your whole body, where on the human skin is the thickest? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn comments on. Okay, so comments are on now. So comment if you want me to go through any of them. If you want me to go through any, just let me know, and we'll swizzle through them, and I'll repeat any that you want to know. So if you need any questions repeating, let me know before we move on to food. So if there are any questions you need repeating from round 1, 2, 3 or 4, let me know in the comments, and I'll go through them. Gonna give it 2 more minutes, 1 more minute even, and then if not, we'll crack on. Okay, we're going to crack on. I'm going to turn live chat off. Okay, so food. Question 1. In which country did scampi originate from? So in which country did scampi originate? So in which country did scampi originate? Question 2. Which country invented gin? My mother's favourite drink at the minute. It was wine, however it is now gin. I think she loves them both equally. It's the same thing she says to her kids as well. I love you both equally. I am the favourite. So which country invented gin? Okay, moving on to question 3. If you asked for scraps in a chippy, what would you get? So, if you asked for scraps in a chippy, what would you get? Ooh. Okay, moving on to question 4. Remember, there's only 5 questions in this section. In which country did ketchup originate? Ketchup. So, in which country did ketchup originate? I've got like 2% battery left. Okay. Moving on to the last question of the round. In certain parts of northern England, a baby's head, otherwise known as a babby's yed, refers to which chip shop delicacy? So in certain parts of northern England, a baby's head, otherwise known as a babby's yed, refers to which chip shop delicacy? This is part food, part Wigan, I think. So in certain parts of northern England, a baby's head, otherwise known as a babby's yed, refers to which chip shop delicacy? Okay, so we're on to the next round, which is Wigan. So let's see what we've got. I think I've toned them down from last week because they were a bit hard last week. I'm not too sure. Anyway, we'll see what we've got. So, question 1. Hay Hall was sold in 1947 to Wigan Council for roughly how much? So I will accept £3,000 either side. So if you've got £3,000 over, £3,000 under, I'll accept either. Because it is quite a hard number to get. Okay. Moving on to question 2. The Beatles performed in Wigan October 1963, but where did they perform? So the Beatles, they performed in Wigan on October 1963, but where did they perform? So where did the Beatles perform? So question 3. What well-known food manufacturing factory is based in Wigan? So the headquarters is Wigan and the factory is huge. So what well-known food manufacturing factory is based in Wigan? The car park is massive as well. Okay. Question 4. Name the 2 main train stations in Wigan town centre. So there's 2 train stations right opposite each other. What are the names? So name the 2 main train stations in Wigan town centre. There is only 2, by the way. Okay, moving on to question 5, the final question of tonight's quiz. Where would you find the George Formby statue in Wigan? So it's a slightly harder one, but when you see the answer, you'll probably kick yourself. So, where would you find the George Formby statue in Wigan? Okay. Okay. Give you a few more seconds to answer that last question. Where would you find the George Formby statue in Wigan? Okay, so time for the answers. So starting with round 1, film. I'm going to go through the answers. We're going to start in a minute. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce another break after the last question of the last one. Just a 5-minute break again. To give people a chance to just clarify their answers and send them to the group WhatsApps or whatever they're in. And then we'll move on to the answers. So I'll just leave it for a few minutes. And then we'll get started. Okay, let's get going. So, name all 3 films from the 3 Flavoured Cornetto. The 3 Flavoured Cornetto is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. That is the 3 Flavoured Cornetto. So now you know for next time if you got it wrong. Okay. Moving on to question 2. The release date of the original Back to the Future, the 4th of December, 1985. If you got any, so obviously there's 3 main bits there. There's 4th, December, and 1985. If you've got any of the 3, you can have half a point. If you've got the exact date, you can have a full point. So half a point if you got 1985. Half a point if you got December, half a point if you got 4th. I'm also going to turn comments back on, by the way, guys. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Loading. Okay, so you now should have comments back on. Okay, so carrying on. Release date of Back to the Future was the 4th of December 1985. Question 3. How many Toy Story films are there? There are 4. Toy Story 1, 2, 3 and 4. Easy as that. Okay, question 4. The famous line, that famous quote was from Taken. It was in the very first Taken film where they captured his daughter. I love the Taken series. Really good films. Question 5. Avengers Endgame was the top grossing movie of 2019. Around $450 million ahead. I can't remember what was second place, but either way, it smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Okay, question 6. Harry Potter films. There are 8. Can't name them all because I'm not the Harry Potter freak. Alice is. So for question 1, if you've got 2 out of the 3, I'll give you half a point. If you got all the 3, you can have 1 point. So I'll repeat that. If you got, for question 1, which was the 3 Flavoured Cornetto one, if you got 2 out of the 3, I can give you half a point. If you got all 3, I can give you 1 point. Okay, Harry Potter films 8. Name of Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. I am your father. What? Question 8. What year did the film Dirty Dancing come out? It was 1987. Okay. Question 9. What superhero dies at the end of famous Avengers Endgame film? It is in fact Iron Man. Otherwise known as Tony Stark. I'll accept if you put Tony Stark. If you put Tony Stark, you know who he is, but either will be accepted. There's 10 if you include Cursed Child of Fantastic Beast. It was just the original, just the main Harry Potter films. Question 10. Who played Donna in the first Mamma Mia film? It was Meryl Streep. Also, if you Google how many Harry Potter films there are, it comes back with 8. So the correct answer is 8. So I'll give you a few seconds to just calculate how many you've got from that round. Comment in the comment section, see how many you've got. Have you got 5 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10? How many did you get that round? Let us know. And then we'll start sports in a second. Okay, we're going to start sports. Let's see. So, 2017 Wimbledon men's final, Roger Federer. So, Roger Federer was the winner of the Wimbledon's men's final. Question 2. How many punches did Muhammad Ali dodge? He dodged 23. He dodged 23 punches in 10 seconds. He was literally up against the ropes in the corner, like, just dodging them all. It was insane. Love that clip on YouTube. 6.5 out of 10. That's a strong first round. Okay. Be interested to see how you got on the sports round, all of you. Question 3. National sport in Japan is sumo wrestling. Sumo wrestling, whatever. Question 4. Which car manufacturer won Fernando Alonso his first title in Formula 1? One that I didn't expect either. Renault. Crazy. Question 5. Which popular fitness method was invented by a German? It was Pilates. Pilates. 2 seconds out and we acted it out too. Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo scored more goals than more games. So, a 50-50 question. Did he score more goals or more games? He scored more goals. Okay, question 7. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? It is in fact polo. I would have never got that. I didn't even know polo was still going. So which sport is played on the largest pitch? It is in fact polo. Question 8. Tiger Woods' first name is Eldrick. That's his actual first name. I can see why his name's now Tiger Woods. No, what's your name, mate? No, Eldrick. What? Eldrick? No. Okay. So, question 9. In what country were the first modern Olympics held? It was Greece. And then after question 10, again, total up your scores. Post in the comments what score you got out of 10 again. Okay, question 10, snowboarding. So in what sport would you hear the word nose grab? Snowboarding. So in what sport would you hear the word nose grab? Snowboarding. You sure it's not Terry? What, not Terry? Do you know what you mean? Okay, so we're going to go through the science answers in a second. Total up your scores. Let me know in the comments. 3 out of 10 for sports. Andy, did you get the Cristiano Ronaldo one? Ooh. I hope you got that. Oh yeah, let me know if you got the snowboarding one right as well, Daniel. Daniel, did you get the snowboarding one? 3 out of 10. I put wrestling. Nose grab. Nose grab in wrestling. Some sort of submission. A nose grab. Yeah. Right, so we've got 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Emma Napier, 4 out of 10. Awesome. Okay. Anyone else? Yeah, we got Ronaldo. Awesome. Okay. Daniel, nowhere to be seen. Has Daniel failed miserably? Is that why? In all fairness, we put wrestling. If you put wrestling for the sumo one, you can have that. If that's what you're on about. Sumo wrestling, same thing. Actually, hang on. Sumo wrestling, and then you've got actual wrestling. No, you have to have sumo. Sumo or sumo wrestling. Okay, moving on to science. Common gas in the atmosphere is nitrogen. What proportion of the DNA do humans and chimpanzees share? It is 99%. So as I said, you can have 5% up, 5% down. So if you got 94%, you can have that. 95%, you can have that. 96, 97, 98, 99, and then 100 plus, you can also have that as well. Okay, so you can have all them. Quite a hard question, to be fair. It was 98%. It is now 99. Okay, question 3. What does Li stand for in the periodic table? It is in fact lithium. Okay, we've just had a message from our investors as well. They're going to be sharing the first mock-up of the design for our next steps forward with Wigan Food Reviews. That's interesting. That'll be tomorrow. Nice. Question 4. What's the biggest planet in our solar system? It is Jupiter. If you put 104, you can have that. If you put 104%, you can have that. I mean, I only said that you could have 5 up, 5 down because I didn't want to make it obvious that it wasn't over 100%. If you put 100 and whatever, then you can have that. Dan got the snowboarding one. Awesome, good work. Okay, question 5. Famous scientist was Albert Einstein. Okay, so the famous scientist was Albert Einstein. Question 6. How do flies walk on the ceiling? Kind of a trick question. They just have sticky feet. There's no scientific explanation. They literally just have sticky feet. They have I think when I read about it, it was they have a coating of glue or a glue-like substance on their feet. So, yeah, interesting. Jen put Mars. Question 7. What is a scientist called that studies the way things move? Physicist? I had to think of how to say that then. Physicist. Yep. So what is a scientist called that studies the way things move? It is a physicist. Okay, going on to question 8. What force resists motion between two objects? It is friction. I guarantee someone put magnetic or something like that, because I thought it was at first as well. But then when I read the question properly, it's not. Because resists motion, you think, oh, the opposites attract all that stiff stuff, but it's in fact friction. She did say sticky feet, and I said no, tiny hairs. At what temperature Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? It is minus 40. You cannot have 40. It'll have to be minus 40. Okay, and the final question of round 3. Which Apollo moon mission was the first to carry a lunar rover? It is Apollo 15. Jen said friction and I said magnetic. So who got the point? Whose decision? Jen said friction, and then Jen also said sticky feet. So Jen's got 2 questions right there. But whose answer did you go with in the end? And if it's Andy's, if you went for tiny hairs and magnetic both times, then I'm afraid you have to kick Andy out of your team and have your own team, Andy. Lost Jenna 2 points there if that's the case. Okay, we're gonna go straight onto body, no breaks, no need for a break on the answers. Yeah, let us know how you got on through the science round. Let us know how you got on. Four out of 10 again. 4 out of 10, one of the strongest scores though. We've got a 2 out of 10, 4 out of 10. Andy, what's your score? Dan, come on. Jim Beam UK, let me know your score. We lost 2 points because of me. So you would have been the winners of that round. You would have had 5 out of 10. Oh, Andy. Shocking. Someone's sleeping downstairs tonight. Okay, we're going to move on to body now. 6 out of 10. Strong. Okay, body. How many teeth does an adult human have? It's 32. I did not know that. Like 32 seems a lot for what, for you. It just seems a lot. Okay. Question 2. What muscle is more commonly known as the gluteus maximus? It is the bum or the butt, however you want to say it. I put bum because Oliver was there at the time and he was like bum. So I put bum. And yeah, butt. So the bum, your bum. Okay. Question 3. The tongue is where you would find your papillae. Not a lot for your mouth, Luke. So in which part of the body would you find the papillae? Yes, but how many teeth does an adult human have? So you can have them. Wisdom tooth at the back, 2, 4 more. 28 plus the 4 is 32. Also, when I asked all the family this question, because I asked all the in-laws and my missus the questions before, and they give me an answer, and they all said 32. Okay, next one. The iris is the part of the eye which controls how much light passes through it. So the coloured part of the human eye that controls how much light passes through the pupil is called the iris. Question 5. What is the human body's biggest organ? It is skin. Confused the life out of me. I was like, organ, skin. How is skin an organ? But then, reading up on it, and my missus educating me, yeah. Moving on to question 6. The bones that make up your spine are called what? It's the vertebrae. I've got a sore vertebrae. Okay, so far so good. Move on to question 7. The outside layer of the skin on the body is called the epidermis. What we're going to do is give me your scores at the end of this round for just this round, and then for round 5 we'll do total scores. So once you've totaled everything up, I'll just give you 5 minutes to total everything up, and then we'll see who won. Okay. Question 8. In the human body, where is the uvula? It's the mouth/throat. So If you've got mouth or throat, you can have that. Okay. Question 9. What is it impossible to keep open when sneezing? Your eyes. So it's impossible to keep your eyes open while sneezing. There was a myth. I don't know if it's true, to be honest. I've not tried it. I don't even know if it's a myth. Basically, if you keep your eyes open, like you keep them open like that, your eyeballs will pop out. Don't know how true that is. Okay, question 10. The skin is the thickest on the soles of your feet. So where is the human skin the thickest? It is the soles of your feet. They said feet then. Soles of your feet. Okay. So total them up. Let me know what you got. We'll do the last 2 rounds. Once we've done the last 2 rounds, we'll do total up all your scores and we'll go through it and see what everyone got. Six out of 10. 6 out of 10. Jim Bean, Emma, let me know. Who else is there? There is Andy, let me know what you got. Eight out of 10. I said feet, but was ruled against me. Ooh. 8 out of 10, almost 9, but changed the last one from soles to earlobes. Ooh, earlobes. It's quite thick. I wouldn't say it's as thick as your feet though. Your soles of your feet. Like just, it depends, I suppose. Right, okay, moving on to food. Which country did scampi originate? It was Italy. I genuinely thought it was England. It's literally on every menu ever in England. So I thought it was England, but it's Italy. Question 2. Which country invented gin? It was Holland. If you asked for scraps in a chippy, what would you get? You would get fried batter / the batter. So you'd basically get the dribs and drobs. The batter. Fried batter. Question 4. Which country did ketchup originate? It was China. In which country did ketchup originate from? It was China. China. Gotta love that guy. Okay, question 5. So far, so good. Last question. It was steak and kidney pudding. So in certain parts of northern England, a baby's head, otherwise known as a babby's head, refers to which chip shop delicacy? It's steak and kidney pudding. Okay, so going on to Wigan. No, don't give me your answers yet. Just carry on. We'll total them up at the end on the last round. Okay, so the Wigan answers now. Hay Hall was sold for £18,000 in 1947. However, I did say you could have 3,000 either way. So if you got 15 or if you got 21,000, you can have that. So you can have from 15 to 21,000. 1 out of 5. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, question 2. The ABC Cinema is where the Beatles performed in October 1963. It was the ABC Cinema. Okay, moving on, question 3. well-known food manufacturing factory is based in Wigan. If you've been to my house, you will know what I'm on about. It is Heinz, literally opposite me. A big, massive factory. Huge it is. Absolutely massive. Well-known food manufacturing. Yeah. Okay, question 4. The 2 main train stations are Wigan North Western and Wigan Walgate. Okay, and last question. Where would you find George Formby statue? It is the Grand Arcade. Oh, things going off. Okay, so let's see. Total up your scores. Let me know what you got. Can you have half for 1? Can you have half for 1? What? Can you have half for 1? I don't get you. I don't understand. Can you have half for 1? Ah, you got Walgate. Okay. So yeah, with the train station one, you can have half a point if you got Walgate and half a point if you got Western. Yeah, that's fine. Gin was invented in Italy. Was it? No. Yes, let me know your totals. Gin wasn't invented in Italy. Gin was invented in Holland. Like many of Britain's national favourites, gin did not originate from our shores. In fact, if you don't count the Italian monks, who are thought to have used juniper berry as flavourings in distilled spirits in the 11th century, it is actually Holland that is credited as the birthplace of gin. Gin emerged in England after the induction of the juniper medicine. Yeah, everything's here saying Holland, so I'm going to stick to my guns. Holland is the answer, not Italy. 0.5 out of 5. Wow. Right. Comment below. Comment in the comments what you got in total, what score you got in total. So we've got 30 points out of 50. I don't believe I give any bonus points away this time. So yeah, total up all your scores. Let me know in the comments below what you got. So we've got 30 out of 50 so far. I'm sure I didn't give any points, bonus points. I don't think I did. I'm being really strict today. No bonus points. No, you cannot have half a point for Italy. Give him half a point. Debbie Charlton over here is really soft. No, I'm the quiz master. My game, my rules. My quiz, my rules. So yeah, Italy's a completely different country to Holland. So Holland, you are. If you got Holland, you can have a point. If you got Italy, no points. 18.5 out of 50. 23.5 out of 50. Okay, Daniel, what did you get? What did Daniel get? So far we've got Emma Napier leading with 30. We put England. Okay. So far we've got Emma in first place, we've got Andy in second place, and third place we've got Debbie. Oh, 27.5. Okay, so final results are in. We've got Emma Napier with 30 points in total out of a possible 50. Second place we've got Jim Beam UK with 27.5. Third place we've got 23.5, Andy Kenny. And then last but not least we've got Debbie with a total of 18.5. Okay, so that's the quiz for tonight. Please invite all your friends and family to join us next week. It'll be exactly a week from today. It'll be 8 o'clock on Sunday. Yes, it will. Just trying to think then. So yeah, it'll be 8 o'clock on Sunday again. The rounds will be published, what categories they are will be published tomorrow. So you have time to do some revision and whatnot. But yeah, everyone, well done. Great scores, some really good scores, better than the last few weeks actually. I'm sure last week we were in like 10s and 20s, so questions are a bit better. And yeah, if you have any feedback, if you have any questions or any pointers, anything that I could improve, could be better, anything at all, just let us know in the comments or drop me a message on Facebook or post it in the group or whatever. Okay, so I will leave it at that. Pretty impressed with my family's knowledge, except for a bunch of Wiganers. We know nothing about Wigan. Fair enough. I might do a takeaways one. Like a Wigan one, but just for takeaways, and see what we come up with there. But yeah, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Just to let you know, with what Wigan food reviews I've got planned and whatnot. Basically, we've got something in the pipeline in regards to a website. We've got some investors doing some serious work for us. Solicitors drafting up contracts and whatnot. We're now officially a registered business under Wigan Food Reviews. You can go on Company's House, see us, me and Chris Parkinson, our directors. You'll see that all there. What else is planned? We've recently opened Essex Food Reviews as well. So we've actually got a food review group in Essex, which is insane. Hopefully branch over to that, soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, drop a like, share it with your friends and family. If you've got friends elsewhere, give them the link, let them know what it's all about. Invite them to your group chats and whatever. Let's see what it's all about, and let's get this out there, because it's mainly for people as well that are struggling being on their own and whatnot. It kind of gets them doing something. It takes 2 hours, just under 2 hours of the time to do it. It's pretty good. It's pretty entertaining, if you ask me. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I love you and leave you. Thank you everyone for watching. Just remember as well, if you missed the first episode, you can go back and watch that, which is on the YouTube somewhere on the videos. You can go back and watch that and do another one as well if you're that desperate. Okay, thank you very much.